All right, I'm all sneakered up, getting ready to go and do some plein air painting or sketching, I guess. But here is what I think I am packing. So I have my Esterbrook's cube here, and I really narrowed it down. I really want to get more into gouache, so I'm bringing my gouache palette. I think it has 16 colors, or is it? Yeah, 4x4, so it's 16 colors. This is one of the not acrylic, this is just regular gouache. Some of it's dried out, some of it's still really wet. You can see that this is wet here. But then I have a couple extra colors I've added. I really like that pink and that blue. They're really good mixers, but they're also just really bright and fun. But I think as I use it more, I'm gonna wanna change those out, change this out to a more natural green, or some more natural colors, because I love these, but I'm finding that I'm not reaching for them. But I have that in here. This cube, I tell you what, Esterbrook really knocked it out of the park. But I have Neo colors. Oh man, I should have put this on the stand. One sec. Okay, now it's on the stand so I can show you, but I was just I'm trying to get out the door so I can meet my friend. But I have my Neo colors here, and I tried to grab, I grabbed these for my trip to the cities, and I think I like that. So I did like 2 blues, 2 greens, 2 yellows, 2 reds, a brown, and a purple. So just trying to get a mix of things, and we'll see how that goes. I didn't end up using these in Minneapolis, but I know I use them when I'm using gouache. So those fit really well right here. I have my spray bottle. And I have 2 water brushes, and I'll show you in this, but then I have just some fountain pens. I will be playing with fountain pens and sketching there as well. I'm still on the fence. I'm thinking about bringing my Blackwing colors, and I'm also thinking that I might just leave them home. I'm gonna leave them home just because they're brand new. I want to show my friend. I'm so excited about them. I want to show her. She will be really excited, but I think I'm gonna save those for when we're doing a coffee date. It gets really dirty. I'm not a really big fan of being dirty. And so then I've got a Mr. Pen water brush and an Arteza. I cannot find my Faber-Castell and my Derwent ones, and those are my favorite for plein air, but it's okay. I have one of these Fude Nib Sailor dip pens, or not Sailor dip pen. It has a cartridge, but I put Brewer and Klinger's Sketching Veroni in it, so it's a hot pink, so that'll be interesting. But we're going to the Japanese gardens, so I thought that'd be a fun contrast. And then I have these colored pencils I got in my recent Archer and Olive subscription box, and so I want to try those. I know I swatched them, and they're not the greatest quality, but I love the colors. And so if I like the colors, what I think I might do is get my luminance and color match them for a palette. But right now I'm just going to try to use these, have all that. And then I've got a couple extra pens because I could not just stop at 6, because that's just me. I won't end up using these, I promise you. And then I've got 2 just mechanical pencils. I like working in mechanical pencils. Sometimes this has my Tom Studio ink in it. And then I've got my pencil sharpener. And this one has, I don't have any pencils that are smaller, but this one has the smaller and the big one. So I got this specially because of these. So I have that, and then a kneaded eraser. So that is what my kit is. And then I'll bring my sketchbook, which is right here. I'll bring my one sketchbook, and this is my Archer and Olive sketchbook. And this is the lightest, besides one time when I went to the falls and I only brought this sketchbook and 1 pen. This is the lightest I've ever gone, and this is still, I still want to call it down, but I can fit this all into a mini backpack, which is nice. And then I'm going to bring a little clipboard, I think, to sit on my lap while I'm doing this. And I may do a little bit of filming on location, but as you can see, I'm really great with shaky cam, and I'm not going to bring this giant stand to the park and try. So I'll grab a few, but also I just don't like to have my friends on camera. They don't like to be on camera, so I just try to respect that. But I do have a clip here. Whee! I'm excited. It fits. It could actually fit inside, but I just like the way it looks when it's clipped here. And I could seriously fit so much more in here. Like, I am just, oh man, I am so impressed with the cube. I hope that the rumor that they're not making these anymore already is a rumor, because Esther Brooke, why would you design something this amazing and then not release more? Because you need to release more. Like, I would have to. I actually might go and buy another one, because I think having one that is just like art ready would be really great. But that's what I'm bringing with me, and I will come back and show you what I did. If I do not film, I'm going to try to film a little bit. So we'll see how it goes. Okay, so it is the next day, and I kind of just want to go over stuff with you. I've got my coffee here, in my beautiful substitute teacher, another day, another classroom saved mug, which makes me happy. I actually won this at a orientation, not an orientation, a training meeting, so makes me happy when I see it. But anyway, sorry, I want to talk about yesterday. So I ended up, this is not what I brought. So this is what I brought for supplies, is this. I ended up, I think I threw in a couple extra pens into this case, a Twisby or two Twisbys, and then I threw in my, I don't know if I went through that, but I ended up moving, because these were wet, I didn't want to put them back in my cube. I don't know why, because my cube is really, it's got this. I think it's just because I had pens in it. But I ended up going with these 6 pens. And guess what? I didn't pull a single one of them out. I used this. This is my gouache palette that I mentioned. I really liked working with this. And then I liked working with my Neo colors. Those were great. Those were great. These, however, and this is why I took them. These, however, weren't bad. They aren't bad at all. Oh man, I have a frog in my throat. Let me grab a drink. But these weren't bad, but they weren't great. I do want to say that as I'm figuring this out with like going on trips and traveling and journaling and all the things that I love to do, when I went to Minneapolis a couple weeks ago, I took way too much with me. It was so heavy. My backpack through the airport was heavy. So we're going on a trip in June to San Diego, and I don't want to take that much with me. So a lot of me figuring this out is figuring out what I like, what I don't like, what I want. And so I really want to get my Plein Air. I can just pick it up and go and like make it travel friendly. So I did end up throwing a couple extra sketchbooks. This is my fountain pen sketchbook. So I only have a few pages. This is a Leuchtturm blank. And I'm really enjoying it because I can take and journal, but also sketch. So this is just sketches of all in fountain pens so far. I think I've only done fountain pen in here. Yeah, and I'm just playing with different things like this, playing with lettering and all sorts of things in here. And I love Leuchtturm paper. I want to know too if anyone else has discovered this or felt this way. If they've noticed, and I've noticed this with a couple brands, so maybe it is something with the printing process, but I've noticed that plain paper, like with no grids or anything, feels a little bit different than like a dot grid or a grid. The paper feels different, especially when I'm flipping from this to my my regular everyday journal, which is this right here. This is my regular everyday journal, which is another Leuchtturm. It's an A5. This is a B6. I do like the B6 size for throwing in my purse a little bit more than A5, which I'm surprised, but I don't I like this because it's still bigger than the little A6. A6 is hard for me. But yeah, so I mean, I'm almost done with this bad boy right here. But the paper just feels different. And so I don't know. As something I want to know if other people have experienced that, because I feel that same way about my Archer and Olive sketch paper than their dot grid paper, even though it says on their website they're using the same paper, but one's just dot grid. However, I do okay. So just mentioning paper, I brought this one, but I also brought this. And so I have a bunch of these here. I ordered them a couple months ago. I brought this one too. I didn't end up opening it. This is a plain Lockbee with 68 GSM Tomoe River paper that's got stitch binding. I really like stitch binding. I do know I like that. Okay, so I brought those, and I brought this. And this is from PaperPenguinCo. Quality paper. This one is the onion skin. So I actually have this one, the onion skin, in a week's, and this is the B6 size. It's actually a little smaller than the Leuchtturm B6, but I was okay with that. This is my traveler's notebook size Midori that I just kind of do random notes in. And then I also got this one, this B6 with 2021 Tomoe River paper. So I'm going to very much so treat this like it's my precious. But so I haven't had these. I was going to try it, and I've only used this once or twice, this onion skin. Sophie McPike here, if you're not familiar with her art is just so inspiring, so great, just so everything. I just love it. And she has an onion skin notebook, or onion skin sketchbook, that's got a really nice cover. But I was like, I don't know if I'm gonna like onion skin, and it's like a $60 sketchbook. So I saw this as an opportunity to try onion skin without going crazy with money, and like, you know, buying this, because I think this was $8 or $9 for this, and it's really fun. You can get a lot of the shading properties, but it also handles paint. This is gouache, and really thick gouache. It handles paint like none other. It's just that it's super see-through, so like you'll see the next page, which is actually kind of fun. So I actually ended up exclusively using my onion skin journal. So this is my first painting. You saw it in the clips. This is my first painting. I tried to harness and hone in a little bit of Katie Moody mixed with Sandy Hester for this. And this is very, very not my normal style. I added some stuff like, and this is why I wanted to say about these pencils. Long story short, these pencils are okay. Like this one of these is right here. And I think it's this one. No, it's this one. One of these is right here, yeah. But then I switched over to my Neo colors. So the dark is my Neo colors. So I'm like, okay, I want to switch out a couple colors of my Neo colors if I'm going outside, but also I want to use my different pencils, because this just did not work the greatest, which is fine. Like, that's what I wanted to know. I love the colors, but I think that these are ones I'm gonna give to my son, or like have in our, like we have like a bin. They're nice. They are really nice, especially I think for journaling. It's just that when I'm doing artwork like this in plein air, they're not gonna work that great for that. So these will be home and not in my art kit. I'm just a snob when it comes to colored pencils, is where it comes down to. They're a decent quality. Then I did this. You can't completely see it because I wasn't thinking last night, and I wanted to try, and I drew these. These were just little sketches as I was watching Charlotte Dobray on YouTube. I found her just randomly the other day, and for some reason her reacting to videos just, it's kind of comforting. I don't know, in the background. I don't really pay that much attention. I just like her voice. But I drew the tree that was right next to us, and I really love, this is the Sailor Mano curry, and on here it does, you don't pick up any of the purple, so I just find that so fascinating. And then I did a negative space painting of the flowers. This is actually a magnolia tree, is what we found out, and in the Japanese gardens we actually do have plants and things that are from Japan. And then I was just playing around with my my Fude nib pen just to try it out. So yeah, that's what I did yesterday out. My friend and I are going again next week. I think we're gonna go to a cafe. So I think I'm gonna bring this again. But this really helped because I've been looking at getting a traveler's notebook. So I think actually having a traveler's notebook will be really nice. I've never had a traveler's notebook before, so if you have any tips, please leave them down in the comments. I'm trying it out, so I'm getting like a super cheap cover just to try the system and see if I like it. But there's one coming out that I really have my eye on, so we'll see. But so I just had all the same things in here. But these pens, this one has Sailor Manyo Curry, and this one is a video that's going up before this one does. So it's scheduled. So by the time that this video is out, this vlog is out, the video that has this ink in it will be out. It was a green ink exploration, and I fell in love with this ink. And this is Wearing Ghouls. What is it called? I just need to make sure that I get it right. Wearing Ghouls Beneath the Wheel. And I love this green. It's so pretty. It's darker than Rover and Klingner's Alt Gold Grün, which is a green that I have. I don't have many greens, but it's also, I don't know, it is less saturated than some of the greens that I've seen, and I really like it. I'm like, I've never seen this one before, and it was on Vanessa's site, and I'm probably gonna get a full bottle of that. But so this, I just filled it up like a milliliter, or one whatever that is on my thing, one. So it's filled a lot less. This I did a full fill of curry because I really like it. So, and yesterday I was writing with my Twisbies and drawing with them, and they felt good again. So I don't know what's going on the other day, but I don't have to get rid of all my Twisbies. It makes me happy. Okay, so that is that. That was my first like plein air session in a while that I went with my friend, and there's a lot of things that I can update. The one thing I do want to update while I'm here with you is these colored pencils. I want to update them, and this is my big colored pencil case. And what I want to do is I really like most of these colors, and so I want to match my luminance. I have so many luminance colored pencils, and I love them. So this is black. I do like black pencils at times, but I never use them in my plein air. So what I'm going to do is, instead of that black, I'm gonna swap over, and I'm gonna grab, and obviously you can see I have this one. This is sepia, which is a very dark brown. If you've been watching my channel, you know I love sepia inks. It was one of the inspirations for the pen that I designed, my Cafe au lait, because it's really dark. So I think that this will be a good swap for this. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna put these over, and then we'll swatch them at the end, and that will kind of be the end of this vlog, is kind of setting up my plein air for my next plein air session, or my plein air kit for my next plein air session. And as I'm going along, I do want to, since I'm moving into like a traveler system, I do want to test a couple different sketchbook options as I go. I do like this onion skin, especially out. It's a lot of fun, but I want to have a couple more options, like some watercolor variations as well. All right, we're gonna keep going. This is the green that it came with. It's a really pretty green. I have so many greens. I love green when it comes to my colored pencils. And I think, here we go. This is one of my favorites. This is moss green. I was also thinking maybe moss green is a little lighter. Maybe, see, and this is where I can swap a couple things or add one. This is dark phthalo green, and see, that's a little darker than this one, but this one's a little lighter. So maybe, and then also looking at this, I could potentially do chromium oxide green. So I am going to take these three and decide from there which one I want to keep in my kit. So that one, what probably will happen, to be perfectly honest, is all three greens will end up in there, including dark sap green. So I'm going to throw that over there too, because that is my favorite color, green in my kit, or in all my colored pencils. This one is like a very beautiful teal. I already know it's got to be malachite blue. Is it, or beryl green? That's beryl green. That's not malachite blue. Where's my malachite? Or was I thinking sage? Cobalt, no, that's cobalt green. Cobalt green is also could be an option, but beryl green is very like almost to a T, but it could be one of these. And then I was also thinking that, oh, yeah, malachite is a different one. So never mind, ignore me. Beryl green or cobalt. Cobalt's more, I don't know. And then there's a peach. None of these over here. It's a peachy orange. I'm thinking, I don't know if I have anything perfectly matched, because these are all, the really nice thing about these is they're all light fast and like natural pigment, or like actual pigments. I don't know about natural, but maybe we could do anthraquinoid pink, which is really kind of close. There's also Herculeanum, blah, blah, I can't say that name. Herculeanum red. I cannot say it for the life of me. There's also this orange, which is just apricot. See, they have really fun names. Apricot, and then things I cannot, anthraquinoid, whatever. Yeah. I like how I'm picking like multiple colors, and sepia is for black, definitely. I already knew that though. This one is a very much so rusty color, burnt sienna. And I really just think there's natural russet, but there's also just a burnt ochre. And I love me a good ochre. I think that works really well. Do I have a burnt sienna? I thought I did. Yeah, burnt sienna's right here. Burnt sienna is actually darker than this. Burnt sienna is, yeah, actually darker. So I think we'll go with burnt ochre. Yeah, it's burnt ochre. So we'll go with burnt ochre for that one. What's interesting is that this doesn't match this. This matches this, but this matches this. You know, I'm going to put burnt sienna there too, just so we can swatch that and see. This one is a very bright orange, and I only have a couple oranges. They only make a couple, and I think we're gonna go with cornelian. That's about as close as we're gonna get, unless we go into the reds, which this one I think is scarlet, or no, permanent red. So maybe one of those two. So I'm just gonna grab two for those. This one's the malachite. And I think, yeah, malachite green or malachite blue is probably the closest I have, unless, oh no, I think these might be my Holbein. We're moving into Holbein and Derwent. Or yeah, we're moving into like super natural colors, and I don't think any of those will match this green. So yeah, I think that's the closest, unless we want to get super light. And maybe I might add a cobalt blue in there, or this might be a good one too, depending. So I'm going to put those off to the side just because those might be really nice, or turquoise blue. Those might be really nice with this palette to just kind of zhuzh it up a little bit different. And then this one is like a Prussian blue. And so I would do either Indanthrone or Prussian. So those are the two. Indanthrone blue is one that, this is like my third colored pencil. So what's probably gonna happen is this is gonna be the one that I pick. But there, so I'm gonna clean off my space here because this is a giant mess. And I will swatch these. Oh, I forgot about gray blue. Where could gray blue? No, gray blue just doesn't fit. I like color. I'm gonna put it over here just in case. All right, I will be right back. Okay, I'm back and I have my stuffed plants. So what I'm gonna do, I decided to use it on the onion skin because I really want to work with this. And so because I want to do more in this onion skin, I am gonna go on a new page so you don't see the thing behind it. And I'll probably draw on this page later because you can really see that page, which is one of the really great things about this paper. It is very fountain pen friendly. So I don't want to do that either. Okay, Yeah, there we go. So I'm going to swatch the Archer and Olive colored pencils on the top in like a bigger box. And then underneath, I'm going to put my options for the alternative color. And see, they're nice. You can get some good shading with them. Don't get me wrong. Like, I do like them, and they are a nice little addition to have. But I remember when I was younger, I loved colored pencil drawings, and I loved drawing on color or with colored pencil. And in high school, I discovered Prismacolor, and I really wanted them. When I became an art major in college, we had to have Prismacolors for a class. So I got like a 50 set of Prismacolors, and I still have some of them that I got in that first 50 set, but I treat them like a baby, or treated them like they were my babies because they were so precious to me. And so I really like nice colored pencils. There's just a lot you can do with them. And when I discovered luminance a couple years ago, that's when like everything changed. So I just really love my luminance colored pencils, and I spent like a year just acquiring all of them. And they just, I mean, you can see they just go down so much nicer, especially in mixed media. And if I'm only using a couple, like if you're only using a few, you're not buying the whole set. So this is the apricot. This is the, see, I want to know how to say that. Herculanum red. Herculanum red. And see, none of them are quite a match, but this Herculanum red is a nice match. Close, but like if you mix these two together, and then, yeah. And now this one is different, but it is a really good color. So those are an option. It's kind of like swatching ink. You're not going to get the exact color, but you're going to get close. And that's kind of how I feel. Like, I feel like if Luminance ever, I was just telling my friend this, I was like, if Luminance ever came out with an opera rose color, I would die for a colored pencil that is opera rose. I think it would be a hard pigment, but not bad pigment. Yeah. And see that, like, some of the colors are a lot nicer and lay down nicer than others. So these are great if you're not really like using them for art. If you're just using them in your journal, like, which is I think Archer and Olive, you know, was going for in their sub pack, I think that's a great one. Like, they are really nice. I do like them. I like the thick. I think I like the thickness. So if I could get a thick pen or thick luminance pencil, that would be nice. I think, thank you, fountain pens. You've done that to me. Now this is Cornelian, and this is Permanent Red. I only grabbed two, and I think Permanent Red is actually probably a little closer. I wonder if Scarlet would have been an good option too, but I think one of those. If I went this one, maybe I'd go this one. I don't know. We'll see at the end. I'm going to swatch the ones that I pick, but I want to do the, you know, like comparison first before I pick, because they go together really well for this Archer and Olive kit. But I really liked the colors, so I just like this color scheme. They picked a really good color scheme for color pencils. And kudos to Archer and Olive, because I know that they curate their collections so well. I'm just moving away from their dot grid journals, which makes me kind of sad. And like even their journal, like their sketchbook, I begged and begged for months for them to get it back, and now I'm like, oh, maybe I want a traveler's notebook, but I still want this for home. I love their sketchbooks, so. And I bought 4 of them. See, Barrow Green is real close, and I think if you layered this enough and worked really hard, you get it closer and closer. This is a very minty green. It's very pretty though. And I think if I did Barrel Green a little lighter, yeah, you get almost exactly that color. But I also wanted to see what cobalt green looked like. Cobalt green is definitely a little greener because it is cobalt green. But yeah, so either one of those too. Like, and often I would probably take both of them because they're such different greens. But again, I'm trying to get down minimally. Now see, this one goes down a lot more lime green than it looks. Like, that's what it looks like. And yeah, ooh, maybe I didn't even get the right greens at all. I might have to look and see if I have a different yellow green, because that's very much so like a leaf green. I don't even know if I have a luminance that would match that. Let me look quick. Okay, maybe olive yellow. Olive yellow is darker, or is lighter. And then I'll get all the greens that I had here. Like, none of these are gonna match, like, at all. This is chromium oxide green. This is moss green. It's like if I mixed these two, it would work. And then these definitely, but I just like these greens. I'm gonna keep those off to the side for now. Cause oh man, like picking a green. I do have right next to me, I wonder if this one, what is this one? This one is green ochre, maybe green ochre. No, green ochre is more, yeah, nothing. I have nothing, at least in luminance. I do have olive green in Holbein, but that's really close to, yep, no, maybe olive green in Holbein. Maybe. Okay, we'll keep that. Oh man, that's a really nice green too. I just don't have it. I don't have it. Why don't I have one like that? I'm wondering, because I have pretty much like, oh, hang on. Maybe I do. Maybe I do. I just didn't look. So I have foliage from Derwent. There it is. There it is. Foliage from Derwent and moss green from Holbein. One of those. I think foliage. Foliage, honestly, I'm going to take them all. It's foliage. It is definitely foliage. So foliage is the one to go. See, this is what you do. You have to sometimes mix and match. All right, I was going to try to do all luminance, but sometimes, yeah, this is the Derwent Light Fast. I love these two. They have a different texture than luminance, so I don't always love them. And now the only one that I thought, oh, maybe this is, see, this is why you do these. This is why you do the swatches. See, because this one almost is different than this one. Okay. Yeah, it's different. I wonder, let me see if I go over it in another layer. Now to try to match inks to all this. Oh my goodness. Actually, matching inks would be pretty simple. Like I already could do that. See now, the malachite green, or like the is this malachite green? Malachite green is a little darker, but I love this color. I think, let me just double check. Oh, I'm so glad I'm doing this because this is really helpful to know what I have too. I have a lot of luminance, like I pretty much have all theirs. But see, this one might actually be even closer, or if I want to go with that light. And this is Chrysocolla blue, and that is actually closer. So boom, look at that. Now this is going to be interesting since this one is supposed to be like a navy blue. We'll see. Keep crimpling the page. See, yeah, this isn't as dark. This is like, yeah, I don't know. This is interesting. See, and I think that's what I'm so used to, is that like you have to press hard with these like lower end pencils because they have more filler than they do pigment, where your luminants are very heavily pigmented. And that's the difference. Like, that's the big difference, is there's binders and fillers and more wax in the regular colored pencils. That's more like just a regular blue. Oh, okay. Let's try Prussian. It might be close to Prussian. See, Prussian blue is a little darker though. Oh, and then Indanthrone is really navy. I love Indanthrone blue. It's so beautiful. It is so beautiful, but not that color. It's not, those are not it. Would maybe gray blue? Yeah, gray blue. Gray blue's closer. A little bit off, but it is closer. Okay, that's good to know. See? See? This is why we do these things. Why you swatch? Because I could have just grabbed and then, I mean, I would, and it would have been okay. Like, had I just grabbed, like, I think this is this one, rather than swatching it with you, we would have been just fine. But I am really trying to craft a toolkit that I love taking with me when I'm traveling and taking with me when I'm, you know, plein airing, when I'm going to coffee shops and things. And if I have a curated color and I can swap out 1 or 2 colors, that'd be great. This is burnt ochre, which is pretty close. Yay, we're back to getting pretty close, which is pretty close. And burnt sienna. Yep, burnt sienna, which I think is going to be a little darker, but yeah, in between those. So it's just a matter of picking which one I like more. And I don't know right now. I also feel like I would want, but that's just because I always do, I would want a yellow ochre, but I don't know yet. I don't know. I always want yellow. I always want ochre. Always want ochre. Like, this is yellow ochre right here. I always want all the ochres. So maybe we'll see. Okay, because there's, how many pencils are in the Archer and Olive? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There are 8 colors, and there's the black. Obviously, I'm not going black. I have a black. I think it's my least used colored pencil because I just don't use it. I don't use it very often at all. My most used are Indanthrone, because even for line art, I do Indanthrone blue or sepia blue or a dark green. See, because sepia is almost black. That's brown though. Like if I fade it out, well, maybe it doesn't, but it is a dark brown. So that's why I go with that. But if I wanted to, I could also put this here, because this is a dark sap green. Because I like, and it's still, it's green, but it's very dark, or even dark phthalo green, which is a little bit, yeah. So those two could work in place of that. So now what I'm gonna do is I really want to look at these and decide. So I think right here, one of these needs to be the orange and one of these needs to be the red. So if I pick the red here, I definitely need to pick the orange here. And if I pick the orange here, I need to pick the red. And so now it's just a matter of which one do I like the most for this replacement. And I think I'm gonna go with, I'm gonna put a little dot. I think I'm gonna go with this one, and I'm gonna go with this one. Now this one is hard because this one you can get that shade almost with beryl green, but I just love cobalt blue. And so or cobalt green. So how does the cobalt green look with these? So if I do that and that, that looks nicer. Those are more complementary. Yeah, okay, so we are gonna go here. This is definitely foliage. I'm not even gonna try with those. Now this one again is a hard one. I do love this color, and you can get some really pretty depth. However, I know that yesterday I didn't really have any blue, and I wanted to have some more bright blue, so I think I'm gonna go this route. And here, here I'm gonna go this one. I do like that. That gray blue is really nice. And this, oh man, do I do the burnt sienna or the ochre? I think ochre, because I am gonna go here with this. But these this one I might supplement, and this one I might add in, because I usually have those with me. I didn't yesterday because I was trying to, you know, be really, really, really sparse. So, okay, so there's one. And I am gonna write the number and the name of them now. With, oh, where's my fountain pen? I did just have it. Haha, here it is. Okay. And this one is, the number is 068. Herculanum red. Okay. I did want to say that I got all of my luminance for the most part from Blick, or I think Jackson's. And then okay, so then these two will be put away. I'm going to put them off to the side because they are all in the correct order, like according to what they have in their sets when you first get them. I downloaded the set and put them in the correct order, like printed off the picture. So I want to keep them in the right order so I know which ones I have and which ones I don't. And this one is Permanent Red 061. You can also see how absolutely beautiful fountain pens work on this paper. Oh, I just love it. Okay. And then I went with the Beryl Green. The Beryl Green, which is 214. Oh, 214 Beryl Green. I was very excited to get Beryl Green. If you are a Sailor Moon fan like me, you will understand Queen Beryl. You know, so anytime I see something from Sailor Moon, I get excited. Oh, I'm laughing at myself because, you know, that's what they named Beryl Green after, not, you know, the stone. Shh, let's just pretend. Okay, and this one, I'm gonna put that this one is, I'm gonna write, because these are luminance. They're all luminance, but this one is Derwent, and LF means light fast if you don't know, and this is foliage. Do they have a number for theirs? No, they don't. They just call it foliage. I really like that luminance has numbers because they have changed some of their names, which is good because some of their names were quite problematic. And then I went with Chrysocolla Blue. Chrysocolla Blue. And I'm going to move over here that way so you can see, but I really like this. I really like this palette. See, I loved the colors from this 671 Chrysocolla Blue. Chrysocolla Blue. And honestly, looking at this compared to this, I prefer this. So it's really nice to do this because you can curate this and switch things out when you're making your own palettes with ink and with everything. I do think that what's going to happen for May is I'm going to ink pens, and this actually works really well for this. I'm going to ink pens with this as well, and it will keep my pens down to a minimum. I'm going to try to do 12 pens in May and see if I can get there. I just don't know. Gray blue, but I do know that I've had too many pens inked for a long time, and but I did get sick of a lot of my pens. I'll talk about that in my pen wrap up. Gray blue. Gray blue. I'm still thinking about JP Pen and Ink. She did a like week kind of thing this last couple months, and I really liked that idea, like doing it by the week rather than doing it by the month. And I went with, oh man, looking at these though, do I think I like ochre or this one? Yeah, I think I still like brown ochre or burnt ochre. See, I just worry that it is too close to this, but I don't think it will be. And maybe that won't be a bad thing. Yeah, I like that. I do like that. That's nice. Okay. And they did that, you know, they did that with this and this, but I sometimes like having a different, I like having a couple different like tones and shades. But I also know that you can, you know, layer colored pencil and get some really great colors too. Which I do. And this one was my burnt sienna. And then this guy is my sepia. Oop. And you are 407 sepia. Now looking at this, these are really great together, but now looking, what do I want to add? Because I've got some, these I can get some really cool colors, like these mixed together. I can get some really nice. These are very bluish, so I think I definitely do want to do a darker green, and I think I want a more yellow green, so I think I am going to go with the dark phthalocyanine green, which is weird because usually I would go with dark sap green, but I think had I gone with cobalt green rather than the beryl green, I would have. Like cobalt green is a little less bright blue, bluish green, but I think that this will look really nice with this. Because let's see, yeah, no, I'm not going to do that because I want to keep these pretty. Yeah, I want to keep my swatches pretty. 719 is this one. Dark PHTH green. I do like that. I do like this one. Like it is getting smaller, so I am using it. It's just that I always reach for this dark sap green because it is so beautiful. And now I'm trying to decide if I want another blue or if I want, because like I've got 1, 2 blues, 1, 2, 3 greens, 1, 2, 3 reddish, and then a brown. Yeah, I would like another blue because this is kind of like green and blue, but I do want my Endanthrum. This is my favorite color. This is my favorite luminance pencil. If you asked me, hands down, if I could only have one luminance pencil ever, it would be Endanthrum blue, which is really weird because I'm not a blue person, like per se, always. But yeah, 649 Endanthrum blue. And this, I cannot describe why I love this blue so much. But yeah, so that would be those. But just look at how pretty that ink is on there too. Like this is the color that I used on this, and I love the shading, and you can see all the different shades and things. So there are those, and those will look, this will be a nice little set of colored pencils that I can put in a tiny little pouch, or just even in the bottom of this pouch, and like just have those, and that will be very, very nice. Have those with my little bullet guy, this little colored pencil sharpener that has the big sharpener for my luminant, or not my luminants, my Neo colors. And so then I'm going to have to, in another time, in another video, I'll have to pick Neo colors that work with these two. And then I will pick inks as well. So I will be coming back, but like, so you know, like this is the kind of color palette that I'm looking for May. Like very much so this, like, I don't know what you would say, like very naturey, very green. Yeah, just, I'm trying to, like, this is my palette. And if I want to, I think if I wanted a pink or a purple, and I was gonna add one more color, I think what I would probably add, which is a color that let's see, where did it go? Whoops, as I'm dropping things all over my floor. Ooh, which one would I add? Because I'm looking at them right now. I think, goodness, this is hard. I think I would add, because this is where I'm like, I want to add them all. I would add this one. I think if I was going to add any kind of pink, I would add violet pink. And so I'm going to throw it up here so you can kind of see it. It's a very dusty pink, but I would add this one. And actually, I think I might, you know what? I think I might add this one because it is a really good color. Yeah, so I'll have 11 colors. But that's still not, that's not bad. And I could take something out of here too for this. I could take, what would I take out though? Like that's the whole thing, is what would I take out if I took one out? Because I really like the colors. We have a lot of this color like in our stones and things here in South Dakota. So I did 12 colors for my South Dakota like palette so this is very similar to that. I think that's probably why I like it. But I did 12 and I'm at 11 right now. And I don't think that there's anything else that I'd really add. Maybe sepia at 50%. Maybe. Or like a gray. I think a gray would be like a very warm French gray. Yeah, that would be my other one. So this is, yeah, and this is, what color is this? 583. Rose pink. If I'm adding, and then I'll show you the French gray that I'd add. I would add, where are you? Are you French gray? Are you my French gray? No, you're violet gray. Where's my French gray? French gray, right here. I would add my French gray. I'm going to put it over here because it is very much so a warm gray. It's like, I think in some places they call it red gray. It's a red tone gray. 808 French gray. I also love Payne's gray, but if I'm looking at this palette, I would add French. So there's that. Like if I'm going 12 colors, and actually I think I am, just because I like to have a few options. I think I am. That's still a really, really small colored pencil palette. Like you could cut all 4 of these and still have a really good palette, but I think this will give me enough depth that I won't feel like I really need this color, because I was feeling that yesterday, because there's just some, I think, and I did get it with all the pieces, but there is just some, like, I would love to have had a little bit more, and if I redid this painting, like if I took this and redid it in like an actual painting, which I may do because I've seen other people do it, I would have loved to have had some more greens, especially because I had to use blue because my greens just weren't showing up. I did try, but yeah, it wasn't working very well. And I would love to have had just a couple more colors to brighten it. But yeah, that is that. So that is what, that was my first plein air. This is my onion skin. I really like this. I'm enjoying it. I could see myself enjoying a full, like really nice onion skin journal, but also this is not precious to me, which is really great. And it is really well made. It is stapled. It is a stapled from that. I have to, like, I do want to say that because, and she has that on her stuff. And I'll link her. She's PaperPenguinCo on Etsy. And I heard about her from Elisa at Whole Latte Planning. She had some different pieces. She's got a lot of different papers. She's got Sanzin and 68 Tomo River Sanzin, and I love the 68 GSM, so I actually ordered a couple like traveler's notebook sizes since I'm going to try a traveler's. But yeah, that's that. That is all this, and this is very much so honing Sophie McPike and really playing and just trying to mess around. So yeah, that's it. That's it for right now. I have this like nice empty page right here that I'm probably going to play with, but I'm very excited. I also really love how this paper, which is crazy because this paper is like 34 GSMs or something silly, like super thin, and I just love that sound, that rustling. It crinkles so fast, but it handles so much water. I put so much water down on this yesterday. Handles water, and look at how well it handles colored pencil and ink. Like you can get some really nice shading in the ink, which is cool. Yeah, which is very cool because like if I were to take this and draw this right here and then color it in. It's just a random, I don't know, it's a twig or something. But I go in here and I color it. That ink just is beautiful. The only thing is it's quirky is that if you don't want, you know, everything to like bleed together from page to page, you would have to skip a page. But the whole idea is this is a sketchbook. It's supposed to be, or like even just a journal, it's supposed to be messy, right? Yeah, so then you can see as it dries, and I'm going to say, what am I going to say? This is a tree branch. It really does work very well with fountain pens. There's like no bleeding, no, obviously you're going to see it on the other side, right? You're going to see it on the other side, which is what happens, but it's beautiful. It's beautiful. So yeah, that's it. Like always, because I just yap, this video got a little long. This is, you know, my version of vlog style. So if you liked it, let me know. If you're going to go out and get some fun pencils, or if you have some suggestions for any of this, let me know as well, especially traveler's notebooks. If you made it this far, drop me a tree emoji, so, because I'm all about the trees right now. Look at how cute he is. He's so cute. All right, and I will see you in the next video. I have plenty planned. All right, have a great one. Bye.